Storage classes of variables in C. Dear friends, in this session we will discuss about storage classes of variables in C programming. Concept of storage classes. Every variable or constant possesses a data type. In addition to the data type, a variable may also possess an attribute called the storage class. Variables in C are handled differently by the compiler based on the type of storage used. A storage class changes the behavior of a variable in C. It controls the duration of storage, that is lifetime or longevity, and scope. The storage class is specified in the declaration of the variables as storage class, data type V1, V2 up to Vn semicolon, where V1, V2, Vn are variable names. If a variable declaration does not have a storage class specifier, a default storage class is assigned based on the type and place of the declaration. Longevity or lifetime of a variable refers to the duration for which the variable retains a given value during the execution of a program. The scope of the variable is the portion of a program in which the variable may be visible or available. A variable is said to have a block scope if it is recognized only within the block, starting from the end of the declaration where the variable is declared to the closing brace that ends the block containing its declaration. A variable having block scope is known as a local variable or private variable or internal variable. If the declaration of a variable appears outside all the blocks in a program, the variable is said to have file scope. Such a variable can be recognized in the program from the end of the declaration to the end of the program. A variable having file scope is known as a global variable or public variable or external variable. Types of storage classes. The storage class of a variable is identified based on the storage class specifier used in the declaration. C supports different types of storage classes including automatic, static, external, register and type definition. They are identified using the reserved words auto, static, extern, register and type def respectively. Declaration of automatic variables. All the variables must be declared only at the beginning of a block. The keyword auto is used to declare the automatic variable. When the auto variable is declared, a new instance of the variable is created in the memory. The value of the auto variable is discarded when the execution leaves the block. Another new instance of the same variable is created when the execution enters the same block next time. This new instance of the variable may be stored in a different memory location and the previous value of the variable is lost. The longevity of the auto variable is the period from the execution of the entry of the block where the variable are declared to the termination of the execution of the same block. Hence, the auto variables have temporary storage and their scope is the block scope. When a storage class is omitted in a variable declaration of a block, the default storage class auto is assigned. Hence, within the block scope, the keyword auto may be omitted in the declaration. For example, auto int a comma b comma c equal to 0 semicolon or int a comma b comma c equal to 0 semicolon or auto a comma b comma c equal to 0 semicolon are valid declarations of auto variables. Advantages in using auto. The same variable name can be used in different blocks. There is no side effect by changing the values in a block. The memory is economically used. Inherent protection to the variables because of local scope. Let us now consider a program to illustrate the concept of auto variables. This program declares variables with the same name in different blocks. Hash include stdio.h main within the braces auto float f1 equal to 10.1 semicolon within the braces auto float f1 equal to 10.2 semicolon within the braces auto float f3 equal to 10.3 semicolon, printf inner block f1 percentage f1 close the brace, printf middle block f1 equal to percentage 2f f1 close the brace, printf outer block f1 equal to percentage 2f f1 close the brace. The output will be inner block f1 equal to 10.3, middle block f1 equal to 10.2, outer block f1 equal to 10.1. Observe that the same variable f1 is used to hold the different values in the different blocks without any conflict. This is the main advantage of auto storage class. There is no side effect due to changing the values of the same variable name in another block. Each variable in the block is protected inherently. Declaration of static variables. Any variable declared with the keyword static is treated as a static variable. A static variable can be an internal static or external static based on the place of its declaration. Both the static variables are declared using the keyword static. If a static variable is declared inside a block, it is known as an internal static variable. The storage used by an internal static variable in a block is not lost after the completion of the execution. Even after the termination of the block, the value of the static variable is available. If the internal static variable is initiated inside a block, it is initialized only once. The initializer must be a constant expression. A static variable without an initializer is set to 0. If the value is changed during the execution, the recent value is retained. When the execution enters to the next time in the same block, the initializer is neglected and the recently stored value is retained. Thus, an internal static variable has persistent storage and block scope. If a static variable is declared before main, that is outside all the block in a source file, it is known as an external static variable. An external static variable has permanent storage, file scope, that is global scope within the file, and internal linkage. Initialization of the internal static variable assigns the initialized value when the program begins its execution. It is also initialized once only, like the internal static variable. The initializer must be a constant expression. The recent value is retained when the execution starts next time. Let us now see some valid static declarations. Static int a comma b comma c equal to 10 semicolon, static float x is equal to 5.0 comma y semicolon, static char ch1 equal to within quotes plus comma ch2 semicolon. Advantages in using static variables. File scope helps in assessing the variable globally within a file. Change of the value in any place within the file is available in its scope. Previous value is retained even after the completion of the execution of the block, but before the completion of the execution of the program. Initialization is done only once, unlike in auto variable, and the value is retained. An initial static variable is a local variable and an external static variable is a global variable. Based on the choice, it can be declared appropriately. Let us now go through a C program to understand the usage of internal static variable. Hash include stdio.h, main within the braces int I comma x is equal to 2 comma y is equal to 10 semicolon, printf x is equal to percentage d, y is equal to percentage d comma x comma y. For I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 3, I plus plus within the brace, static int z is equal to 100 semicolon, printf x is equal to percentage d z is equal to percentage d comma x comma y comma z bar equal to x semicolon y plus equal to z semicolon, close the braces, and the output will be x is equal to 2, y is equal to 10 and x is equal to 2, y is equal to 10, z is equal to 100 and x is equal to 2, y is equal to 60, z is equal to 50 and x is equal to 2, y is equal to 85 and z is equal to 25. The variable z is an internal static variable which is declared only in the body of the for loop. Initialization is done in the declaration itself. For the first time inside the loop, the value of z is 100. Then the value of z is changed by the statement z divided by equal to x semicolon, and so its value becomes 50 in the next iteration. The recent value is retained in the variable z when the next iteration is executed. The output shows the value of z inside the loop while execution. The initialization of z is done once only. If the storage class static is omitted, it will be treated as an auto storage class by default. In this case, the output of the program would be given in the screen. X is equal to 2, y is equal to 10, x is equal to 2, y is equal to 10, z is equal to 100 and x is equal to 2, y is equal to 60, z is equal to 100 and x is equal to 2, y is equal to 110 and z is equal to 100. The difference between the auto and static may be clearly understood if the two outputs are studied. Observe the persistent storage of z when it is declared as a static variable. Let us now take another example to illustrate the use of external static variable. Hash include stdio.h static float x is equal to 6.14 semicolon. Within main, within braces, float y is equal to 2 semicolon. Printf x is equal to percentage 0.2f, y is equal to percentage 0.2f x comma y. Within brace, float y is equal to 3.14 semicolon, x is equal to y into 4 semicolon. Printf x is equal to percentage 0.2f, y is equal to percentage 0.2f x comma y, close the brace. Printf x is equal to percentage 0.2f, y is equal to percentage 0.2f x comma y, close the brace. The output will be x is equal to 6.14 comma y is equal to 2.00 and x is equal to 12.56 comma y is equal to 3.14 and x is equal to 12.56 comma y is equal to 2.00. The variable x is declared as an external variable and initiated as 6.14. In the program, the outer block contains an auto variable y declared and initiated with the value 2. The inner block has a variable declared as auto with the same name y. The statement x is equal to y into 4 is evaluated as 3.14 into 4 producing 12.56. Since z is an external static variable, its recent value is available throughout the program. Hence, the variable of x and y in the outer block are printed as 12.56 and 2.00 respectively. It can also be shown that if a static local variable is assigned a value the first time the function is called, that value still there when the function is called second time. For example, within the function display number within the braces static int number is equal to 2 semicolon, printf number equal to percentage d comma number plus plus semicolon and close the brace. When the first time display number is called, it prints the value 2 to which number is initialized. Then number is incremented to 3 and terminates. The second time display number is called, it prints the value 3. On the third call, the value printed is 4 and so on. Point to be noted here is that the initialization is not performed after the first call. An initialization used in a declaration occurs only once when the variable is allocated. Since a static variable is allocated only once, the initialization occurs only during the entire program, no matter how many times the function is called. When the display number function in the example is called the second time, the value found in the variable number is the value left there by the previous call to the function. External variables. External variables are different from other storage class variables. The term external refers to the location outside a block, that is prior to main or beyond the closing brace of the outermost block in the program. The difference between declaration and definition must be clearly understood to create an object having external storage class. If the storage space is not reserved by any declaration, a definition is mandatory to reserve memory space for an object. Definition creates the object, whereas declaration informs about such as its data type or its templates to the compiler. An external variable declaration does not reserve storage. Hence, a definition is essential to create external variables. The terms definition and declaration referring to external storage classes are discussed next. Definition of external variables. When an external variable is defined, a memory is allotted for it. An external variable must be defined only once. It can be initialized only in its definition. The initializer must be a constant expression. If a definition does not contain an initializer, it is known as a tentative definition. Since most of the compilers do not allow the keyword extern in the definition of the external variable may be in one of the forms shown in the screen. Data type variable equal to value semicolon or static data type variable equal to value semicolon. To define more variables in a definition, they may be separated by commas. If an external variable is not initialized, it is initialized to 0. Declaration of external variables. Declaration of an external variable has the format extern data type v1, v2, up to vn semicolon, where v1, v2, vn are variables. A declaration can appear before or after definition. If it appears before its definition, then it is known as forward declaration. The reference of a variable may also be done before or after the definition. If it happens before its definition, it is known as a forward reference. External variables are not confined to single functions. Their scope extends from the point of definition through the rest of the program. External variables are recognized globally. That means, they are recognized throughout the program. They can be accessed from any function that falls within their scope. They retain their assigned values within their scope. Therefore, an external variable can be assigned a value within one function and this value can be used within another function. With the use of external variables, one can transfer the information between functions. The external variables have persistent storage and global scope. If there is a conflict between the global and local variables, the local variable wins. Whenever the external variable is modified in a block, the effect is propagated to all places wherever it is used because of its global scope. This effect is known as the side effect of the external variables. The latest value is retained because of persistent storage, and when used in another places, this may result in unexpected output. Hence, external variables must be carefully dealt with. Advantages of using external variables. The persistent storage of a variable retains the latest value. The value is available through the program because of its global scope. The values are communicated to the other blocks also if the same external variable is available there. Disadvantages. The storage of an external variable exists even when the variable is not needed. The side effect may produce surprising output. Modification of the program is difficult and affects the generality of a program. Let us now see some examples describing the external variable declaration and definition. Example 1, float x is equal to 10.56 semicolon. This is the external variable declaration, and within main, within braces, float y semicolon extern float x semicolon. This is the optional declaration, and y equal to 100 into x semicolon, and close the brace. In example 2, static float equal to 10.56 semicolon. This is the external variable definition. Within main, within braces, float y semicolon, y equal to 100 into x semicolon and close the brace. In example 3, main, within braces, extern float x, this is mandatory declaration, float y semicolon, and y is equal to 10.56 semicolon, x is equal to y into 100 semicolon and close the brace and float x semicolon. Let us now go through a program which illustrates the use of external variable. Hash include stdio.h, int I, this is the tentative definition, and within main open brace auto int I equal to 10 semicolon, printf I equal to %d in the outer block comma I, and within the braces extern int I semicolon, printf I equal to %d in the inner block comma I, close the braces. The output will be I is equal to 10 in the outer block, I is equal to 0 in the inner block. The outer and inner blocks use the same variable I. The inner block contains the external variable declaration, and hence the variable I refers to the value 0 since it is not initiated. As we discussed earlier, whenever there is a conflict between the global and local variable, the local variable wins. Hence, in the outer block, the value of local variable, that is auto variable, is 10. Observe the tentative definition of the variable I. Whenever an external variable is required, it is advisable to declare it to avoid unexpected output. Now, let us understand the concept of forward reference in an external variable with the help of a C program. Hash include stdio.h, within main, within braces extern x, this is the external variable declaration, that is forward or mandatory declaration. Int y is equal to 10 comma z semicolon, z is equal to y divided by x semicolon, printf y is equal to %d, z is equal to %d and x is equal to %d, y comma z comma x, int x is equal to 5 semicolon. This is the external variable definition, and the output will be y is equal to 10, z is equal to 2, x is equal to 5. The external variable is defined after the closing brace, and hence it must be declared before use in the program. The outputs are printed as 10 for y, 2 for z and 5 for x. Observe the forward declaration appearing in the program. Declaration of register variables. The register storage class is defined by using the keyword register in the declaration. The scopes and the longevity of the register variable are same as that of the auto variables. Register variables may be declared in the places where auto is allowed. To perform any operation, the data variable in the memory is transferred to the CPU registers. If data are stored in the register itself, the time for the data transfer from the memory to the register is saved. The access is faster if the registers are used for storing the data. The variables declared as register type may be stored in the CPU registers instead of in the main memory. Heavily used variables may be declared as register variables to improve the access speed. The number and type of register variables vary from machine to machine. If the CPU registers are used for other purposes, the register variables will be treated as auto variables. Let us now see some valid declarations of the register variables in C. Register int a equal to 5 semicolon, register char ch1 equal to within quotes y, comma ch2 equal to within quotes n semicolon. Only a few variables can be placed in CPU registers. Hence, it is advisable to use limited number of register variables. Let us now go through a small C program which illustrates the use of register variables. Hash include stdio.h, main within braces register int I semicolon. For I is equal to 0 semicolon, I less than 10,000 semicolon I plus plus. Printf the value of I equal to percentage d in the percentage d iteration comma I close the brace. The variable I is repeatedly used in the iteration of the for loop. Hence, it is a heavily used variable and it is declared as a register variable. The registers may be allocated for the variable I based on the machine in which the program is executed. Typedef statement. The declaration with the typedef definitions synonyms for an existing data type. It does not introduce a data type and does not reserve storage also. The general format is typedef existing data type new data type semicolon, where typedef is a keyword, existing data type refers to the data type supported by C and new data type is a synonym for the existing data type. A user defined data type is created using a typedef statement. The variable of the newly created data type are defined using the new data type. The purpose of typedef is twofold. First, suppose a program is to be shifted to another machine, the source code has to be modified slightly according to the number of bytes used for representing the basic data type. Such modifications can be carried out easily by changing the typedef statement alone. Secondly, the descriptive new name given to the existing data type may be easier to understand the variables in the source code. Let us see one example. Typedef float real. This is the creation of user defined data type. Then real area comma volume semicolon. This is the creation of variables. The typedef statement uses the user defined data type real, which is synonym for float data type. The typedef statement can appear whenever a declaration appears. If the typedef statement is used within a block, the variables declared would have block scope, otherwise they would have advantages in using typedef statement. It permits descriptive names for the data types, facilitating easier understanding of the variables used in the program. Renaming of the existing data type can be done easily. Let us now summarize the points that we discussed in this session. Variables in C may possess an attribute called storage class in addition to the data type. A storage class controls the lifetime and scope of the variable. There are 5 types of storage classes, namely auto, static, extern, register and typedef. Auto variables appear within a block and they have block scope and temporary storage. A static variable may be an internal static or an external static. Internal static variables have block scope and persistent storage as they are declared inside a block. External static variables are declared outside the outermost block of a program and hence they have file scope and persistent storage. External variables must be defined and declared. Only one definition is allowed for an external variable. External variables have scope and persistent storage. Register variables have scope, longevity like auto variables, but the value are stored in the CPU registers instead of the main memory. Since only a few variables can be placed in the CPU registers, frequently used variables may be declared as register variables. Another storage class typedef, which is different from the other storage classes, is used for creating user defined data types. The typedef statement does not introduce a new data type, but it only renames the existing data types. Please try to solve these assignments. What does storage class mean? What are its advantages? What are auto variables? Is it declared and initialized? What is a static variable and what are its types? What is an external variable? What are its scope and storage? How is a register variable differ from auto variable? Explain the use of typedef facility with suitable examples. Here are some books for your reference. B.W. Kenningen and D.M. Ritchie, The C Programming Language, Prentice Hall, Eaglewood Cliff, New Jersey 1978. Yashwant Kanedkar, Let us see. BPB Publications, New Delhi. Greg Perry, Absolute Beginner's Guide to C, SAMS Publishing, April 1994. Hope you enjoyed this session. There are many more other features in C remaining to explore. So, let us wait for it. Until then, bye.